Look at these 5 signs, and you'll know how long you'll live after 70. As we move into the golden years, many of us find ourselves reflecting on the journey of life and wondering, how much time do I have left and how can I make the most of it? The truth is, while none of us can predict the exact number of years we'll live, there are clear signs that can give us clues about our health and longevity. Over my years of observing and guiding people in their later stages of life, I've come to appreciate how small daily habits and changes can add not just years to our lives, but life to our years. Let's explore 5 vital signs that can help you understand your health after 70 and take meaningful steps to live a fuller, more vibrant life. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Your waistline, a measure of your health. Our waistline often carries more than just the weight of our bodies. It holds stories of indulgences shared with loved ones, moments of comfort during stressful times, and habits accumulated over decades. But as we grow older, it becomes clear that what lies around our waist isn't just a number. It's a reflection of our health, our choices, and, in many ways, our future. I once met a man named Gerald at a community wellness seminar. He was in his mid-70s with a jovial spirit and a contagious laugh. Yet, he carried a concern that many of us share, a growing waistline. I've always been a big guy, he told me, but lately, my doctor has been warning me about what it means for my heart. Gerald wasn't alone in this realization. For many of us, especially as we age, the way we carry weight around our midsection becomes a critical marker of health. Studies have shown that abdominal fat, the type of fat stored around the waist, poses unique risks. Unlike fat stored elsewhere in the body, visceral fat surrounds vital organs and is linked to serious health conditions like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. It's why waist circumference is often a more reliable predictor of health risks than overall body weight. For men, a waist measurement above 40 inches and for women, above 35 inches, can signal an increased risk of chronic disease. But what makes this area of the body so telling? The answer lies in its proximity to key organs. Excess fat around the waist releases harmful substances that can affect insulin sensitivity, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels. Over time, these effects can quietly erode your health even if you feel fine today. The good news is that it's never too late to take charge of your waistline and, by extension, your health. I've seen transformations in people who once believed it was impossible to make a change. Take, for example, a woman named Helen. At 68, she decided to prioritize her health after her doctor pointed out the risks associated with her waist size. It wasn't about vanity, she told me. It was about being there for my grandchildren. Helen's journey wasn't marked by extreme diets or grueling workouts. Instead, she made small, consistent changes that added up over time. She started by reassessing her relationship with food, choosing to focus on balance rather than restriction. Meals became centered around whole, nutrient-dense foods like fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. She learned to savor each bite, appreciating the flavors without overindulging. Physical activity also became part of her routine. Helen didn't join a gym or commit to intense exercise plans. She simply began walking after dinner, adding a few extra minutes each week. Over time, those walks turned into brisk outings that she began looking forward to. The movement not only helped her waistline, but also lifted her mood and energy levels. For many, the thought of reducing a lifetime of habits can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Small steps are the key. Start by cutting back on sugary beverages and processed snacks. Replace them with water, herbal teas, or fresh fruit. Consider portion sizes and listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Exercise doesn't have to mean hours at the gym. It can be as simple as stretching in the morning, gardening, or dancing to your favorite music. Equally important is understanding that a healthy waistline isn't about perfection. It's about progress and care. It's about honoring the body that has carried you through decades of joys and challenges. Gerald, for instance, began making healthier choices not because he wanted to look different, but because he wanted to feel better. I want to be able to play with my great grandkids, he said, and I can already feel the difference. Reflecting on your waistline is not an act of criticism, it's an act of love. It's a commitment to yourself and the life you still have ahead of you. When you take steps to care for this part of your health, you're doing more than reducing risks. You're creating a foundation for more vibrant, active, and fulfilling days. So, the next time you look in the mirror or fasten your belt, think of it not as a measure of appearance, but as a gauge of well being. Embrace the opportunity to make small, meaningful changes. Each step you take brings you closer to a healthier, more resilient version of yourself. After all, the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better. And that journey begins with the care you give to your own body starting today. 2. Your walking speed, a window into your vitality. Walking. It's something so simple, so natural, that we often take it for granted. Yet, as the years pass, this seemingly mundane activity becomes a profound reflection of our health, vitality, and even the length of our lives. For those of us stepping into our 70s and beyond, walking speed is more than just a measure of how fast we move. It's a window into how well our body is aging, how strong our heart beats, and how capable we are of embracing life's daily rhythms. I recall meeting a gentleman in his late 70s, Henry, during one of my morning walks. He had a spark in his eyes and a steady pace that belied his age. I make it a point to walk every day, he said, not just to get somewhere, but because it reminds me I'm alive. Henry's pace wasn't hurried, but it was confident and purposeful. Compare this to a neighbor I once had who shuffled slowly, often struggling to complete even the shortest of distances. It wasn't just a difference in speed, it was a difference in vitality. Science has backed up what Henry seemed to know instinctively. Research involving tens of thousands of older adults shows a clear link between walking speed and life expectancy. Faster walkers consistently live longer, healthier lives, but it's not simply about being fast. A brisk pace suggests that your body systems, your muscles, bones, heart, and lungs, are working harmoniously. It reflects resilience, strength, and the capacity to recover from challenges. Yet, let's be honest, as we age, our bodies change. Joints may ache, energy may wane, and steps that once felt effortless might now seem daunting. It's easy to think, I'm slowing down and there's nothing I can do about it. But here's the truth: walking speed is not a fixed destiny. It's a dynamic marker of health that we can improve with intention and care. If you find yourself moving slower these days, take heart. Improvement is within reach, no matter where you start. Begin with something simple: walking around your home or your garden. It doesn't have to be a long journey. Even a few steps matter. Over time, those steps will grow. Perhaps you'll find yourself walking to the mailbox, then down the street, and eventually around the block. Progress may be slow, but every step you take builds strength and confidence. Balance exercises can also make a difference. Have you ever tried standing on one leg for a few seconds? It might feel wobbly at first, but with practice, you'll notice your balance improving. Stronger balance leads to steadier steps, reducing the risk of falls and helping you walk with greater ease. Think of walking not just as a physical activity, but as a daily check in with your body. When you walk, you're not just moving forward, you're communicating with yourself. How do your muscles feel? How steady is your breath? How energized do you feel afterward? Each walk is an opportunity to tune in, to connect, and to take small steps, both literally and figuratively, toward a healthier life. Let walking become more than a chore. Let it be a ritual, a celebration of what your body can still do. If you're lucky enough to have a park nearby, take in the sights and sounds of nature as you walk. Feel the crisp air on your skin, listen to the crunch of leaves underfoot, and allow yourself to be present in the moment. These aren't just walks, they're acts of self care and renewal. Remember, walking is not a race, it's a reflection of life itself, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but always moving forward. Whether you're stepping briskly like Henry or starting with small measured strides, each step you take is a testament to your strength and determination. Walking is a gift, a daily affirmation that life is still vibrant and full of possibilities. So lace up your shoes, step outside, and let your journey begin. The road ahead, however long or short, is yours to walk. 3. Your social connections, the secret to a happy life. Human beings are, at their core, social creatures. We thrive in the warmth of companionship, in the shared laughter of friends, and in the quiet understanding of those who know us best. As we grow older, however, the rhythms of life often change. Children grow up and move away, friends may pass on, and the once busy circles of our lives can begin to feel smaller. Yet, it is precisely in these later years that our social connections become more critical than ever, not just for our happiness, but for our health and longevity. I remember visiting a neighbor named Margaret, a vibrant woman in her early 80s. Her home was always filled with light and the hum of conversation. She hosted weekly tea gatherings for her friends, and her calendar was dotted with volunteer activities. The secret to staying young isn't in a bottle or a pill, she once told me. It's in the people you surround yourself with. Margaret's life was rich with connection, and it showed in her energy and resilience. Compare that to another friend, Ed, who lived just a few blocks away. Ed was a kind soul, but he spent most of his days alone. Over time, I noticed how his mood shifted, his posture slumped, and his laughter became rare. The difference between Margaret and Ed wasn't just a matter of personality. It was a reflection of the profound impact that social engagement, or the lack of it, can have on our well-being. Research underscores this truth. Studies have found that loneliness and social isolation can increase the risk of early death by as much as 50%. It's a sobering statistic, but one that carries an important message. Staying connected to others is not just an emotional need. It's a health necessity. When we spend time with loved ones or engage with our community, we reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and boost our immune systems. These moments of connection are, quite literally, life-giving. But what if your social circle has shrunk over the years? What if the friends and family you once leaned on are no longer as present? The beauty of life is that it always offers opportunities to reconnect and create new bonds. It might feel daunting at first, but small steps can lead to meaningful changes. Start by reaching out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. A simple phone call or letter can reopen doors that may have been closed by time or distance. If you enjoy hobbies like gardening, painting, or knitting, consider joining a local club or group. Shared interests often lead to shared stories, and before you know it, you'll find yourself surrounded by like-minded people. Volunteering is another powerful way to build connections while giving back to your community. Whether it's reading to children at a library, helping out at a food bank, or visiting with others in need, these acts of service not only benefit others, but also nurture your own spirit. There's something profoundly fulfilling about being part of something bigger than yourself. Technology, too, can be a bridge. While nothing replaces the warmth of face-to-face interaction, video calls and online groups can help maintain relationships when distance makes in-person visits difficult. Embracing these tools might feel unfamiliar at first, but they offer a wonderful way to stay connected in today's world. At its heart, Fostering social connections is about opening yourself to the world and to others. It's about saying yes to invitations, even when you're tempted to stay home. It's about making the effort to check in on a neighbor or invite someone over for coffee. These simple acts of kindness and outreach don't just enrich others, they come back to you, filling your life with warmth and purpose. As I think about Margaret and Ed, I'm reminded of how the choice to engage with others can shape the quality of our days. Margaret's vibrant social life wasn't an accident, it was something she nurtured, even when it required effort. Ed, on the other hand, withdrew, and the cost of that withdrawal was evident in his health and spirit. The lesson here is clear. Don't let the walls of solitude close in around you. Open the door to connection, however small the first step may be. Life is meant to be shared, and the people you bring into your circle will not only brighten your days, but extend them. In the end, the love and laughter we share with others are the treasures that truly make life worth living. 4. Your quality of sleep, restoring your body and mind. Sleep is one of life's great equalizers, a simple act that connects us all. Yet, as we age, it often becomes elusive. What once came effortlessly can turn into restless nights and weary mornings, leaving us wondering if we'll ever feel truly rested again. But here's the truth: sleep is far more than just a time for rest. It's a cornerstone of health, a vital process where the body heals, the mind clears, and life itself is sustained. I've spoken to many people over the years who have struggled with sleep. One of them, Clara, shared a story that resonates with so many of us. In her younger days, Clara could work late, care for her family, and still wake up feeling energized. But in her 70s, nights became restless, filled with tossing and turning. I just thought it was normal, she admitted, part of getting older. Yet, as her fatigue deepened, she began to notice other changes: difficulty concentrating, mood swings, and even a weakened immune system. Clara's story is not uncommon, but it doesn't have to be the norm. Sleep, even in our later years, can and should be a time of deep restoration. Science tells us that people who get 7, 8 hours of good quality sleep every night are less likely to suffer from chronic illnesses like heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. Sleep is when our body repairs itself, healing muscles, consolidating memories, and preparing us for the challenges of a new day. But what happens when sleep becomes a struggle? Many older adults find themselves waking up in the middle of the night or struggling to fall asleep in the first place. For some, this leads to an unhealthy cycle of worrying about sleep, which only makes it harder to achieve. It's a frustrating paradox, but one that can be broken with care and intention. The first step is understanding that good sleep doesn't begin when your head hits the pillow. It begins with the habits and choices you make throughout the day. A consistent sleep schedule is one of the most powerful tools you can adopt. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps your body find its natural rhythm. It's like setting an internal clock that makes it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Your environment matters too. A quiet, dark, and cool bedroom creates the perfect conditions for restful sleep. If outside noise or light is a problem, consider earplugs, blackout curtains, or a white noise machine. Even small changes like investing in a comfortable mattress or pillow can make a big difference. For many of us, the habits we've carried for years, like having a late night cup of coffee or watching TV in bed, can work against us. Caffeine, even hours before bedtime, can disrupt your sleep. Similarly, the blue light from screens can confuse your brain, making it think it's still daytime. Instead, try winding down with calming activities. Clara, for example, began reading a book or listening to soft music before bed, and she found her mind more at ease when it was time to sleep. If stress or anxiety keeps you awake, Consider relaxation techniques like meditation or deep breathing. These simple practices can help quiet the mind and prepare you for a night of rest. Journaling is another powerful tool. Writing down your worries before bed can free your mind from racing thoughts. Sometimes sleep problems stem from medical issues like sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome. These conditions are more common as we age, but they're also treatable. Don't hesitate to speak with a healthcare provider if you suspect something is interfering with your sleep. Clara, for instance, discovered she had mild sleep apnea. With treatment, her nights became more restful and her days more energetic. The beauty of sleep lies in its ability to restore not just our bodies, but our entire being. When you sleep well, you wake up ready to engage with the world, to cherish the relationships that matter most, and to pursue the activities that bring you joy. It's not just about adding years to your life, it's about making those years vibrant and full. So take a moment to reflect on your sleep. Are you giving it the care and attention it deserves? Are there small changes you can make to create a routine that nurtures your body and mind? Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And when you prioritize it, you're investing in your health, your happiness, and your future. Clara's journey to better sleep wasn't just about feeling less tired, it was about reclaiming the energy and zest for life she thought she'd lost. You can do the same. Sleep well and let it restore you for the many beautiful days ahead. 5. Your sense of purpose, the key to longevity. Purpose is the invisible thread that ties our days together. It's what makes us rise in the morning with determination, what fills our hearts with joy, and our minds with clarity. As we age, this sense of purpose becomes even more vital, not just for our happiness, but for our health and longevity. Without it, life can feel like a ship adrift at sea. But with it, every moment becomes meaningful, every step intentional. I once met a woman named Eleanor who, at 85, exuded a youthful energy that belied her years. She was an artist, painting vivid landscapes inspired by the beauty of the world around her. My work keeps me alive, she told me, her eyes sparkling. Not just my body, but my soul. Eleanor's passion wasn't just a hobby, it was her purpose. It gave her days structure and meaning, fueling her desire to stay engaged with the world. Purpose doesn't have to come from grand ambitions or achievements. It can be found in the simplest of things: tending a garden, sharing wisdom with the younger generation, volunteering, or even taking care of a beloved pet. The key is finding something that feels uniquely yours, something that gives you a reason to greet each day with enthusiasm. Oh. Research has shown that having a sense of purpose can extend your life. In areas known as blue zones, regions where people frequently live past 100, a sense of purpose is a common thread. In Japan, this concept is called ikigai, which roughly translates to reason for being. It's the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning, that makes life worth living. But what happens when life changes? As it inevitably does. Children grow up and move away, careers end, and friends may pass on. These transitions can sometimes leave us questioning our place in the world. Yet, even in these moments, purpose can be rediscovered. It's never too late to find new meaning, to start fresh, or to embrace a different role. One man I knew, Frank, struggled with this after retiring from his job of 40 years. He felt lost, unsure of how to fill his days. But after some reflection, he began volunteering at a local animal shelter, caring for dogs that needed homes. It wasn't what I expected to be doing, he said, but it's given me so much joy. I feel needed again. Frank's story is a reminder that purpose often lies in service to others, in giving back in ways both big and small. Finding purpose begins with listening to your heart. What brings you joy? What makes you feel alive? It could be as simple as knitting blankets for newborns, or as profound as mentoring someone navigating life's challenges. It doesn't matter. how big or small the activity. It only matters that it resonates with you. Purpose also connects us to others. When you have a reason to engage with the world, you naturally form bonds with those who share your passions. Eleanor, for example, joined a local art group where she not only honed her craft, but also found a community of like-minded friends. These connections enriched her life in ways she hadn't anticipated. It's important to remember that purpose isn't static. It evolves as we do, shifting with the seasons of our lives. What brought you fulfillment at 30 might not resonate at 70, and that's okay. Allow yourself the grace to explore, to try new things, and to let go of what no longer serves you. Purpose doesn't just add years to your life, it adds life to your years. It gives you the strength to face challenges, the courage to embrace change, and the wisdom to appreciate every moment. It's the spark that keeps the fire of your spirit burning bright, even in the twilight of life. So, take a moment to reflect. What gives your days meaning? If you're unsure, start small. Try something new. Reconnect with old passions, or ask yourself how you can make a difference in the lives of others. Purpose isn't something you have to chase. It's something you create, one step, one choice at a time. And remember, it's never too late to rediscover what lights up your heart. Life, at any age, is a canvas waiting for you to paint your unique masterpiece. Your sense of purpose is the brush that brings it to life, one vibrant stroke at a time. Small changes, big rewards. These 5 signs, your walking speed, social connections, quality of sleep, waistline, and sense of purpose, are not just indicators of how long you'll live, but of how well you'll live. The best part? You have the power to influence each of them starting today. Don't be overwhelmed by the idea of making big changes all at once. Begin with one small step, whether it's taking a short walk, calling an old friend, or eating a healthier meal. Over time, these small actions will add up, creating a ripple effect that improves your overall well-being. Remember, the goal isn't just to live longer, but to live better. Your golden years can truly be golden if you prioritize your health, happiness, and connections. Which of these signs will you work on today? Choice is yours, and the possibilities are endless. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.